This video is one of the most extraordinary travesties against scientific thought and reason I have heard in a while. It makes incredible fallacies at every level, presents negligible evidence for its claims, and makes frustratingly obvious factual and spelling errors, which I find completely unforgivable given the high production values. Now, I'd like to use this opportunity to demonstrate why I know man-made global warming is a fact. I'm going to explain the basics of photon absorption. If you want to dispute my conclusion, you've got to find a flaw in the following model. Photons are packets of electromagnetic radiation. Visible light, infrared, X-rays, radio waves, etc. are examples of electromagnetic radiation. When a photon of radiation enters the atmosphere, it interacts with atoms. This interaction involves the atom becoming excited, i.e. heating up, and then emitting a photon with a lower energy level. The difference between the energy level of the original photon and the emitted photon is the amount of energy the Earth system has gained as a result of the interaction. This is very simple physics. So, if we know the numbers and energies of photons that enter the Earth system and the composition of the atmosphere by atom, we know exactly how much energy the Earth system is gaining. And we do know all these things. The models used to predict temperature rises due to man-made emissions of greenhouse gases simply take the known absorption properties of these gases, the observed frequencies of photons hitting the Earth, and do the maths. What comes out is a projected temperature increase of at least 2 degrees by 2050 if we continue on our current growth path of CO2 emissions. This temperature growth is not the actual prediction of what temperatures will be in 2050. Rather, it is the extra element of temperature explained by man-made activity. Now, it may turn out that other factors act to cool the Earth down, and we don't actually see any rise at all, but that's not the point. The point is we have substantially changed our environment. Actually, the available evidence does point to dramatic global warming over the last few decades, and there is no particular reason to expect it to stop. If anybody has a better or radically different time series than the one displayed here, please mail it to me. Two of the examples of record cold temperatures in this video amused me a fair bit. The first was the example of Chile, which was hilariously misspelled, but the second was, rather more importantly, was Australia. Australia has recently suffered a massive heat wave in which literally dozens of people have died, and my rancher friend from Queensland is currently caught up in the biggest drought in living memory. This illustrates admirably why data like this cannot be used to reach responsible scientific conclusions. Now, onto the evolution bit. I laughed so hard at this, but only because I would otherwise cry. Not only was Richard Dawkins misnamed as Robert Dawkins, but the video's maker seemed to feel that a badly executed attempt to portray him as having been stumped by creationist and well-known star of Thunderfoot's videos, Ben Stein, was sufficient evidence to discredit evolution. How about dealing with endogenous retroviruses, chromosome fusion, cladistic taxonomy, phylogenetics, and other prominent evidence first? In any case, the false dichotomy of God or aliens to have begun the universe is laughable. It sounds and is moronic. Oh, and one final thing. The Bible verse you use at the end of the video puts you in danger of the eternal fires of hell. You quote the verse, "The fool says in his heart there is no God." I say to you, Matthew 5:22. Look it up.